So you've heard this term, the legal limit with driving under the influence. And everybody and their brother believes that it's 0.08. All the people that I talk to, they say, well, I just had a couple of glasses of wine or this and that. I wasn't over the limit. You don't know that. The media and law enforcement even puts out all of this propaganda, all of this information of don't drive, 0.08, the legal limit. It's crap. It's absolute crap. There is no legal limit. Now, there are two different crimes, which we discussed in the last video of this, in that there's an A crime of the 23-152 of the Vehicle Code, and there's the B crime. And yes, it is correct. You cannot be found guilty of the B count, meaning over 0.08, unless you're over 0.08. If you were on DUI on drugs, you can't be charged with a B count. If you were marijuana, if it was prescription medication, Ambien, Vicodin, Oxycontin, even if it was prescribed by a physician. A lot of people come to me and say, well, my doctor gave it to me, I should be able to drive. No, they're not going to feel that way. They're not going to think that way. Now, there's a lot of things we can do if it's been prescribed, certainly if it's an illicit drug, heroin, cocaine, methamphetamines. The process of trying to get the charges reduced or dismissed is going to be much more difficult if it's illicit drugs. But if it's prescription medication, you should call me, because there are certain things that can be done as far as being able to establish that even though you were on this medication, you weren't under the influence. You're still safe to drive. It certainly helps if it was a prescribed medication. We can talk with your doctors. There's certain things that can happen. So give me a call if that's the case. However, do not be misled that you cannot be charged with a DUI unless you're over 0.08. The A count is alcohol and or drugs. So it doesn't have to be drugs. It can be alcohol. If an officer pulls you over and he believes you're under the influence and you test below a 0.08, don't think that you're not going to be charged, because they can and they will. Now, if you're at a 0.02, you're probably not going to be charged unless you're over 21. If you're at 0.02 and you're under 21, guess what? You're going to be charged. But there's a whole different section of the Vehicle Code dealing with people that are under 21. This is why I hate, and you heard me, I hate this law and this information that is put out there over and over and over again about the 0.08, because it's an imaginary line. They needed scientific equipment to be able to tell whether you were over 0.08. They needed a breathalyzer. They needed blood. They needed to send it off to a lab or some intricate piece of equipment that, and I still don't completely agree that you can test the content of alcohol in your blood by testing your breath. I mean, I understand the science of it. I get how it happens. I get their theory. I still think it's bunk. So I think everybody should be blood tested, period. But this imaginary line of 0.08, they needed scientific equipment to figure it out. How the hell are you supposed to know? I mean, I hear people all the time saying, well, I had 2 drinks and I was feeling kind of buzzed. Every person's different. I know people that 1 drink, they shouldn't be driving. I know people that can sit there and drink half a case of beer and they seem fine to me. So I'm not sure, and this is why I have a problem with the 0.08 myth that is being put out there. So just understand, even if you test below a 0.08, you can still be charged with a DUI. If this has happened to you, give my office a call. We can answer any questions you may have, and maybe we can help you out. Okay? Thank you.